Okay, we're firing off another Jeskai list. Playing something kind of close-ish to Todd's list, kind of close-ish to Jerry's, doing a few of my own things. Just seeing how some cards feel, mostly. Oh yeah, that's way easier, James. Awesome. Ooh, this is Menguchi. That sounds fine. We've got Search on too. So we're probably playing against mid-range red, right? That's what Menguchi has been on as of late. Can't think of any reason not to play the planes on one. Excuse me. Red, white, annoying vanguards. Oh my god. How do we beat a Danto vanguard? Is the answer that we just don't. I have the Sealaways in the sideboard, but the sideboard is not the main deck. Alright. Cool. Ah, that was a tough game. That was intense and challenging for all involved. Let's bring in these COAs. I assume we just want all this garbage. I assume it's just like red-white mope. I'm not sick. I don't feel ill at all. I'm just like coughing for some reason. But I don't actually feel ill. Strong strategy, reavowed. Strong strategy. Oh my gosh. What do I want to cut here? I wouldn't mind, like, cutting the Syncopates on the draw. I also wonder if we want this stuff. It's just, like, so many sideboard cards to bring in. The only sick thing is our decks. That is a phrase you could use to describe this. Hey Nucleo, good morning. I guess we can cut a Search. Could maybe just cut both and bring in some Lyras. Like, I assume these are decent. This also just leaves us with mono 5s though, which isn't exciting. Although Negate needs to come out. Cool. Good morning, Reavowed. I guess we can keep it a Syncopate. This is fine. Or an Ionize. I don't know. We'll see what Menguchi's build is actually like more this game. Then I might bring in the Shalais and Lyras. See like how soft it is to them. What was the cost of a donation stream in pounds or USD? For subscribers, it is $15, provided the list looks okay. I reserve the right to say no, but I say yes most of the time. So this is probably fine. On the draw, this might be a bit slow, but I don't think I can realistically mulligan this. Awesome. Justice Strike is a great draw. As long as it's not really bad, yep. Pretty much. There was like one deck I would have normally turned down that I've streamed. But I rolled with it just because it was like my single longest subscriber who'd requested it. Sure is some bugling going on over there. Hand is perfect all along. Such a good hand. Let's just get that one out of here. think Ajani is a very reasonable Magic card to have resolve. That was the Goreclaw deck, yep. For almost anyone else, I would have turned that down. But Phil has been subscribed and supporting the stream and stuff like longer than almost anyone, so. So many buglers. Buglers be bugling. Buglers be 2 frees. So we find her. Is it bad that I kind of just want to fire this off to keep my life total high? It's not like I can counter anything at the moment anyway, and I've got this Blink of an Eye that deals with some amount of stuff that sneaks in under counter spells. Like, otherwise I'm just drawing 2, which is not terribly exciting. You prefer representing the counter. I just don't know, like, my opponent has 4 cards in his hand. Kinda just want to keep my life total high and, like, keep trading resources and inciting afterwards. We basically only get punished by a Huatli. That's the only thing that truly punishes us. I mean, it's kind of a 1-for-1 Chaos. One of the buglers replaced itself. Huatli's really hard to beat, Ty. Huatli makes a lot of free frees. Like, Bitter Blossom for Dino is confirmed strong. That is not the best Ajani I've ever seen in my life. Have to say, I've seen better Ajanis. We could be playing Huatli. Probably not. I think Huatli makes more sense in like a proactive deck. Congrats on the not so great finish. Thank you. I think. The old 7-0 it's 0-3 was a bit rough. It is Dino Gideon. I kind of want to counter this. We've got like Blink of an Eye that kills the first token. And just save our counter spell. Next turn have like draw 2 plus counter up. Whatever, this doesn't do anything terribly scary. We prefer to kick the Blink on the... What does this do anyway? Okay, I guess the emblem's a bit scary. We might Blink that Ajani, and then we can counter it on the way back down. I guess we do need to do this at some point soon, right? That makes sense. So, go ahead and kill this knight, pass the turn with Ionize up for Ajani, or I can just go Ionize plus draw 2, which might just be better. I can dig for a Clarion for the knights, just take 3. Seems better to me. Hey Lassie! Good morning. I guess it's technically afternoon where you are currently. Regardless, good day. Chemister's Insight is kind of a messed up magic card. Also a messed up magic card. Okay, what am I doing? Definitely killing at least a knight token. Huh. I want to have Ionize up through their turn. I could just spew removal on both of these. And then have Ionize and draw 2 up, depending on what my opponent does. That doesn't sound like the actual worst. Like, I'm drawing so many cards that just, like, hurling my removal spells into the wind doesn't really matter. Just don't want to, like, randomly die to Banefires or something stupid. Yeah, I could get the Teferi down too. That's legit. I think this is kind of nice. Maybe this is an argument for, Shalai's. Like, at this point in the game, I'm only really scared of Banefire, right? Just, like, nothing else matters. But yeah, I'm playing against Minguchi. I feel like he is drawn quite poorly. 8th land drop on turn 8 with his aggro deck. Well, aggro, I guess, mid-rangey, but kind of rough. Grixis is something I actually need to try out in answer to James. I've not played with Grixis at all. I've played against it a bit. It hasn't seemed amazing. But Bolas is obviously like an absurdly pushed card. I'm like very excited about Bolas specifically. Especially since people aren't actually playing Nullhide Ferox. When Guilds of Ravnica was spoiled, I assumed Nullhide Ferox would be seeing a bunch of play. And that would make, like, Bolas just stone unplayable. But things have not panned out that way. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll probably play the top 8 list, or something with a few cards a bit later today. But I wanted to fire off some Jeskai to start. This deck is great. You get to murder all the creatures. That is a 2-3. I'm pretty sure we can answer a 2-3. So I'm gonna let that run resolve. Pretty sure we can answer a 2-3. I guess here they can grow it out of Clarion range. You're bringing even Martyr of Sands at GP Atlanta. That is fine with me, brave guy. I used to legitimately like Martyr decks. Admittedly, the time we tried it on stream, it did not go optimally though. I'm just gonna minus on this. Just like aggressively protecting my life total because of Banefire. I think as long as we don't get Banefired out, it's basically impossible to lose this game. And a Chemister's Insight, oh my god. Chemister's Insight is so messed up, brave guy. It's kind of absurd. Like, I was expecting the card to be decent, but it's like so weird as well. I used to never like Glimmer of Genius. In like my control decks, I would play like 1 or 2 Glimmer of Genius and just be like, why do people love this card so much? But Chemister's Insight, just the fact that it's kind of like a draw free, right? Is the absurd thing. It's basically Jace's Ingenuity a lot of the time. That's how it plays out. We managed to fade the unbeatable Adanto Vanguard. Good place to be. I'm a fan of not losing to Adanto Vanguard on turn 2. Yeah, draw 4, discard 1. It's like really messed up. Especially since like you always have cards that line up poorly against whatever your opponent's doing. Because hey, nature of control. To 5 we go. Let's have a good 5. I want to search for Azcanta, please. Sure. I mean, it has things the other hands didn't, so I'll take it, I guess. I'm gonna leave this on top. No idea what our opponent's playing, but I assume Clarion is decent in the dark. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Should not have clipped that Clarion. Shucks. And we're dead. I am known for being Rotty Bajanovic. Yeah, I know it was good going in blind. I was mainly just joking. I am fully aware it was good going in blind. You are correct. Yeah. Store Chemister's Insight. That's the plan. That is the plan. They have opts. Makes their search for Azcantas a bit better than ours. Alright. If they go for Chemister's Insight, I'm actually kind of tempted to counter it. The fact it exiles the Insight's kind of nice. Like, normally you don't fight over card advantage in these controlling mirrors, but my opponent's on a more to 5 as well. So, the fact it exiles it's kind of nice. Slows down search for Azcanta as well, also relevant. Yeah, they should have some creatures, for sure. The Electromancer in the yard. That barely counts as a creature. Oh my god, it was so adorable. So, ooh. Kinda just want to cast that now. Let's just cast this now. I don't want to get it syncopated. I think we need to resolve this to actually be anywhere in this game, so... it was kind of adorable. So Aaron Barrett was streaming a blue-black Pirates Siren Storm Tamer Curious Obsession mess yesterday, which was delightful. And he was playing against an Izzet Drake's deck. He casts Kitesail Freebooter and takes a card. And they cast their Crackling Drake, at which point the whole of chat realizes that Kitesail Freebooter exiling a card from their hand has made the Drake bigger. It was like, this is the most adorable thing in the world. I really want to slam Teferi, but I don't think I can. Can I? If I plus, it's just so likely to die. I'm gonna have to use a counter spell to protect him, most likely. Yeah, I can't do it. It's really awkward though, because I need to like clear the board a bit. But clearing the board flips Azcanta sooner. I need to get to a point where I can like minus Teferi on Azcanta. Don't know how realistic that is. I could go to Teferi, negate their counter, plus hold up Justice Strike for the Drake. Then Teferi dies to a single burn spell. I have no idea, Kenex. Probably depends how many Carnage Tyrants they have in their 75, honestly. That's probably a big part of how that plays out. I think I have to plus the Teferi, keep up strike. They're like so certain to have a counterspell here. That's the problem. I think you're right though, sadly. I think you're right. Just need like the plus of this Teferi and our draw step and stuff to be good here. But I don't think we can just like sit here trading off removal spells of creatures and letting their search flip really fast. Also, I get to kill the Drake in my instep, and they still don't get to flip search. So if they don't have a burn spell, I get to untap and minus on the search. Which I guess causes me to lose my Teferi, but it's kind of fine. Yeah. Bye bye Teferi. So now we're on the hope they don't have counter magic ever plan. Strong plan. I can copy the counter spell actually, so guess it's not the end of the world. No. You want your Deafening Clarions and Novas against black-green. If you put Catly on a guard in the sideboard, it's just gonna get swept up by those. This Electromancer is a nightmare. Because, like, I need to not... I think I need to minus on this search. Maybe I can't afford to. Anyway. So I'm targeting this. Oh yeah, Explosional Expansion is ludicrous. It's like basically Negate in these control mirrors. At least if you're trying to protect a Teferi, it is. I think I have to minus on this. It's basically 1-for-1ing of my Teferi. Just like, I don't think I can win the game against active Azcanta particularly easily. Obviously I would have active Teferi, but even like a Lightning Strike would take down Teferi in that case. Obviously they redraw this in like 3 turns time. So that gives us time to find a counterspell or our own search or something. Maybe I just want to do this. Right. Bye bye Teferi. You will be missed. You are loved, etc., etc. Could fire this off in their turn, I guess. I think this is fine. Thing is, I do want to kill the Electromancer at some point, but I need to dig for an answer to search before I do anything else here. Right. I'm just gonna fire off this Clarion. It means they know I don't have counter magic up, but whatever. I just need to do stuff. Yep, that means they have search next turn. So now we have a 1-turn window to find an answer again. Or find our own search. If we find our own search, we can still play here, but... Draw 2. God. It's kind of rough. So they're gonna get to draw 2 as well. I think this game is now over. We only have like 1 Field of Ruin in our deck. Like if we draw a search next turn exactly, maybe we can do something. I think in general our searches are like a touch better than theirs, but I don't know for sure. I'll keep playing for like 1 or 2 more turns, but then I'm probably conceding. They have 2 Chemisters and Sights in the yard too. So they just have so many cards. I can't really afford to fight over something that I can kill. I need to use these removal spells at some point, right? Use the Cleansing Nova. Cleansing Nova kills Niv Mizzet. I don't know how relevant that is. That's a fair point, Nucleo. If that's the only counter magic they have, then like maybe I can win this if I draw well. It's really weird. They're just like not finding stuff off their Azcanta. Right on time. It's actually not terrible though. Azcanta is pretty sick, for sure. Opt entered the revealed card zone. We have 1 field tie. I copied Todd Anderson's list and then changed a few cards. He had 0 fields, which is an aggressive stance. So I fit in a field. Yeah, second one is probably a reasonable shout. If you expect lots of Jeskai mirrors. Can't fight over anything I can use a kill spell on, so the Drake is on the battlefield, as is the Electromancer. Just try and use Nova, but if it goes wrong, things get kind of awkward. I think I'm just going to fire off this Justice Strike. Interesting. They're already through 2 Electromancers, so binding the 3rd one doesn't already achieve very much. I'm just going to save binding for Niv Miz. I think there would Reavowed, yeah. There would be room for more then, quite easily. Honestly, the Jeskai mana base is not great, so it's not clear how much room there would be, but are we on the hope my opponent doesn't have Banefire in their deck plan? Just like hoping they somehow end up decking here. Seems very improbable that we can deck them. They probably, like, they must have, like, explosions in their deck at the very least. I mean, that's a good draw. Yeah, they are 2 out of the way there. It's kind of weird. The other thing is, like, lightning strikes and shocks have to kill us eventually, right? Like, they must have, like, 2 lightning strikes, 2 shocks left in that deck. In which case, that's just 10 damage straight up. Fight with fire. Oh, Banefire. Strong. Alright, that was not a terribly surprising ending to that game. Herm. Let us bring in some negates. And a whale. And some Banefires. These cleansing novas seem horrendous. I'm kind of interested in Lyra's and Shalai's, apart from the fact that they are quite expensive and sorcery speed. I'm also kind of interested in these strokes. Does stroke even hit? It hits the drakes. It's the drakes, hits explosion, although we didn't see an explosion all game long somehow. Hits Chemister's Insight, but that sounds miserable. Seal Away is another cleaner answer for Niv Mizzet. That is fair. I don't think I want to do that. Niv Mizzet is very problematic though. But I think if we're relying on Seal Away, they get like a combat step with Niv Mizzet, which means they probably just get to like cast a couple spells and draw a few cards, and I think by that point we're already just way too far behind. Unfortunately. Also, they could just refuse to attack. I doubt they'd refuse to attack, but it's not impossible by any means. I want to cut some of this stuff. Like, I have to prefer Disdainful Strokes as answers to Drakes over, like, some of this, right? I think I'm going to bring in the Shalais, at the very least. Their deck probably isn't very good at killing Shalai post-board. It, like, vaguely attempts to answer Banefire. Just about. You got to explosion with a Niv. Oh my god. Jeez, JD. That is a lot. Okay, this hand's unbeatable. Cool. On to game 3. GG. I'm somewhat joking. Could clearly lose to a Niv Mizzet, but that is pretty strong. I guess if they have like Goblin Electromancer next turn, it's scary too. Maybe I boarded out like a tiny bit too much removal. I would not like to put that in my graveyard. In fact, I would quite like to draw it. As it happens, would quite like to draw that one. Awesome. Fill in that graveyard. Yep. Not a bad find. Alright, there's no point trying to Teferi here, that just gets countered. I don't think I'm running out the field either. Like, there's like small motivation to crack field to help flip Azcanta, but I'd really like to be able to answer an Azcanta of theirs easily later on, should it get to that point. Yes. Jeez, can you even imagine how badly we'd be flooding without this Azcanta? It would, like, actually be horrendous. Like, the top 6 cards of our libraries have been 5 lands and a spell. Without this Azcanta, we'd just be drowning over here. Interesting. putting them on like Negate Ionize maybe. I think I'm gonna ditch this. Like, it's pretty hard for me to turn down any spell the way our hand is at the moment, but I'd rather counter Drakes if I can. Pretty sure this Teferi gets countered if I run it out. I think I can wait a turn. At least. It's like I kind of want to jam my Teferi into counter magic due to filling the yard for search. Just like doing things as a way to help flip search. But I want to be able to have Ionize up when I do that. It's kind of tough. I'm gonna counter this. It's like very aggro counter, but I want to flip search. And this is still like a 2-for-1. It's kind of hard to remove post board. We don't have all the dead removal that we had last game. I would in fact like that negates. It's slowing the search flip. I think we will survive. Also, they are in trouble now. They are in a not inconsiderable amount of trouble. Unless they negate, oh my god. Jesus, Ty. That is something that could indeed happen. Do I care? Whatever. Probably getting countered back anyway. Cool. Now we flip Azcanta. Ooh, negates. I'm actually quite interested in that. And then we can flip this. I think I'm minusing on the Drake. We have 2 negates to protect a fairy with. I just want to get this off the board. It's like awkward because they're redrawing it next turn, but I guess I can activate this first. Because I could find my other Lava Coil. Alright. If they don't have Spell Pierce, I could plus Teferi end of turn explosion on the Drake. That's like a lot of cards. That is a lot of cards. Alright, I'm in. Let's draw 4. Boop. Sphinx's Rage. Oh my god. That's a good name. Woo! We have drawn some magic cards. Wow. That doesn't actually do very much, huh? Target opponent. It even says target opponent. The Shalai. I kind of don't want to show them the Shalai. I feel like we can't very easily lose this game. I guess that's not true though. Banefire exists, etc. Alright. Cast my Shalai. Cool. So this now does nothing. As long as we keep Shalai alive. Awesome. I guess I just get to keep plussing Teferi then. Ah, also good. Activate, negate, negate. Yeah, I can put this untapped. Oh, if I discard a land, they draw. That does not work that way. I like how their Mirror Breaker has no text. That's pretty great. I am a fan of their Mirror Breaker having no text. Rude. Doesn't really matter. I kind of want to keep Shalai alive just because of her turning off this rebuilding. Maybe I just blink her though. Recast her in my turn. It's like fine. Keep 2-for-1ing my opponent every single turn for the entire game. Now, Hellbents. What does Explosion do? Explosions draws 5. Oh, my opponent's conceding. Alright, we figured out the line. Pause long enough to make our opponent bored, then they'll concede. I want to change it, I think, based on that game. They still have the stupid Electromancers in, which are really, really scary. I almost just want a bit more removal. I guess the Banefires kill Electromancers if need be. Yeah, Shalai protects us from Banefire. Shalai is great, apparently. That said, they boarded in Fight with Fire against us. Don't know if I want to take out Shalai on that basis, especially now they've seen her. She's very good against Banefire and very good against Patient Rebuilding, apparently. But I kind of want a bit more removal in my deck, especially on the draw, to kill Goblin Electromancers. So I'm tempted to do this. Seems not terrible. Now that they've seen Shalai, considering they already have Fight with Fire in against us anyway. This hand is not terribly impressive. I'm gonna keep though. Obviously if they don't have a creature heavy hand, then we're going to take a while to get use out of our cards, but the games go really long. These will do something at some point. Mostly we need to draw like an actual counterspell at some point, but other than that, this hand's fine. That is... I'm not going to say best possible draw, but it's pretty good. You're not so high on the double Banefire opener. Hey, Ty, all we have to do is get to 11 lands and we win the game, okay? We just need to keep hitting our land drops and we literally win the game. I will admit it was not the best opener, but I don't know, I think the games go long. Disinclined to mulligan. If they fire for draw 2, I think I just copy it. No, then I have to discard. That's kind of unfortunate. Yeah. Maybe that wouldn't be the end of the world. It would keep us hitting our land drops, but... Right, I really need to draw a land. Thank you. I just want to cast a Teferi. Stops them drawing 2 this turn. Gets a card out of our hand so that missing a land drop is less punishing. Because at the moment if we miss a land drop we have to discard. Cool. Means on future turns we can even like copy the Chemister's Insight. Now that we're down a card. What's our record on Jeskai? We are currently 0-0. Wait, no, we're 1-0. We beat Boros, so we're 1-0. Strong record. So they clearly have Negate up. Missing our land drop here is horrendous. I guess I just have to pass the turn. Oh my god, that command. Stupid drakes. Cool. How is life? Life's pretty good. Life is pretty good. Had a very nice weekend. Oh my god, not having the extra blue source is killing me here. I guess I have expand. What am I talking about? I don't understand magic. I have expansion. Expansion is busted. Cool. Never mind, everything's fine. Okay. Red counterspell, I know, right? Could literally put it in a mono red deck to fight your opponent's counter magic. Like, you're running it in mono red aggro. I mean, it's not terrible. I used to play Warping Whale in Ramanap Red because you had like 8 colorless sources or 9 colorless sources. I'm gonna die to these things. My opponent's not going to cast spells, and I'm going to die to these things. I think I have to use my field to ruin end of their turn. Find another blue source. Never mind, I think I'm just killing this instead. We're getting this. We're getting this negated. You know, same thing. Same thing. Interesting. If these Banefires are now killing drakes, huh? This is not terrible. It's like a pretty good one. I kind of want to hit my land drops. I also kind of want to go to Teferi plus this turn and have Ionize up. Also kind of need to kill a drake. Yeah, I think I agree, Ty. I got there. It took me a moment. I agree, though. Am I just Banefiring a drake? I mean, I'm missing my land drops. The double Banefire plan is kind of out. I think. It's like unfortunate because I'm not convinced we have the long game. But we definitely don't have the long game if they're just beating us down with drakes. So let's get a card in the yard for search too. It's not the worst. So much card advantage. No! Stop! Stop with the creatures. Oh my god, we're gonna die to this. Hey, Charlotte. Like, I suspect they have Negate in hand, but we also just don't have any option but to do this. If I considered not losing, does sound like a strong strategy. I should keep that one in mind. Oh, wow. That's so much better. It's like a Negate that draws a card. I don't know, or they are being quite mean though. I agree that they are being quite mean. Confirmed the meanest. Where are my Cleansing Novas now? I mean, I have a suspicion Cleansing Nova wouldn't resolve, so there's that. There was certainly that. I just saw your tweet, Ty, to Mengucci, by the way. It amused me. Alright, how do I win this game? I suppose it involves drawing a Lava Coil. I could keep this, but then I only have 7 mana, so I guess I can expansion their counterspell. Yeah, probably top Teferi plus expansion. It's so miserable though. They just like redraw the Drake. They kill my Teferi with their Electromancer, cast the Drake that is in their hand. I think I just need a Lava Coil, honestly. Or a Justice Strike. I don't think I win the game by playing the Teferi. I think that does not work out for me. Maybe the line is meant to be, maybe if we're thinking we have to get really lucky, do we have 1 Justice Strike left in the deck? Maybe the line was meant to be Teferi, expansion, plus hope to draw Justice Strike. Like, take our, 0.5% to have a Teferi on 5 loyalty. And the Drake killed. You plus and blink on end step, that's also legit, yeah. Regardless, I'm gonna do this. I think I agree. We just plus and try and get the Drake out of play. Hope they only have 1 counter. Somehow. Somehow, some way. These Electromancers have looked amazing. Like in these post-board games. I wonder if Jeskai just wants Electromancers in the board for the mirrors. Like, these have just looked so good. Because that was always the thing, you'd board in like Barrels and mirrors, right? And Barrel got you the looting, so it was a bit more relevant. But even Electromancer could still be good enough. Even without the looting ability, it could still be good enough. Interesting. 1 mana negates. Yeah, they're kind of filthy. They're kind of filthy. Oh my gosh. What's this start fine so far though? Drake stack. I don't know. I feel like we're probably favoured pre-board. Just because our removal was turned on and theirs like is less impressive, but yeah, 3 mana Insight is just like awesome. You get to go. Oh wait, what? Oh, you're right, Temple. I'm being stupid. This hand is fine. Yeah, I shouldn't have conceded there. I misunderstood what was going on because I was talking so much. But I was like 0.5% to win, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. The question is, if they Insight next turn, are we syncopating? This is true, Charlotte, this is true. Has been known to happen. Oh my god, they don't have Insight, thank god. That's amazing. It is kind of glorious. I wonder if I'm just meant to be like shocking myself with these lands. It probably doesn't change anything pre-board. Just like represent as much mana as possible. I'm having Field of Ruins. Kind of brutal. Our hand is stacked though. We've drawn hardly any removal, which is amazing. Our hand is so good. Just like mono counters and land drops. Yes, yes. Give me those Ionizers, those sweet, sweet Ionizers. And they're missing land drops. Yeah, Ionize is really messed up, Charlotte. Ionize is a hell of a Magic card. Does not really feel fair. Ixalan just doesn't matter, literally doesn't matter, right? And there is a world in which we could conceivably want the 7th mana. I mean, I guess they could have Niv Mizzet. It matters if they have, like, specifically Niv Mizzet, but... So if I go to Syncopate this... Costs me 4 mana and I still have Ionize up for Teferi. But they're missing land drops. Stopping them drawing into lands sounds kind of nice. And they'd need like a main deck Negate in hand in order to resolve the Teferi, in which case we would lose, but I think this is pretty good. Adorable. They're trying to tap us out so that they can Teferi. Alright. Well, I guess their Insight is resolving. It's kind of awkward because we just let them get a card out of their hand so that they won't have to discard. But to be fair, the things they'd be discarding are literal dead cards in the mirror, so whatever. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, Syncopate on Jumpstart spells is nice. It is quite reasonable. I guess now if they have another Syncopate, we lose the game. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Fuck. I'm actually getting punished. Could also be expansion, yeah. Maybe I was just never meant to fight over that Insight. This was bad. That was really bad. Now I need to like draw Teferi this turn to like not snap lose the game. Yeah. You just main phase explode. I think we have to. I think I agree. Yeah, we're 1 mana away, sadly, but we still get to, like, draw 4. Dig towards an Ixalan's Binding or Teferi. Yeah, this Teferi should have never resolved. I should have played this game much more carefully, but this is the world we're in. We have Blink of an Eye, so we're actually in this still. We can blink the Teferi, counter it on the way back down. We're actually still very in this game. It's kind of unfortunate they have the field for the search, but hey stream team, good morning. How are we running? We are currently 1-1. We are arguably a bit behind in this game, but it's not the end of the world. Like, still very in it. Blue-red uncounterable spells. Oh my god. Have I tried the mono-blue tempo deck? I've played it a lot on Arena. I haven't run it in a league yet. Though, feels fine. It feels quite good against black-green. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can go upkeep, bounce, and then have double Ionize up. It's probably the line. Hope they don't have too much counter magic in hand. I'm not going to draw a card here, I just need to have 2 counter spells up. I don't mind being down a card for the sake of that. Yeah, I hadn't considered that because of expansion you can just like never tap down to single counter spell range. Against 7 mana, even pre-board. Like, expansion just changes everything. In terms of, like, those play patterns. We get to cash in a Syncopate. If they have expansion... I guess if they have another counter, we're losing this game anyway, right? Realistically. I'd like to cash in the Syncopate if we can. These don't have expansion. Being the one without... Yeah, the Chemister's... Like, Chemister's Insight in general creates a lot of very warped draws with these control decks. For sure. Right. Either draw Teferi or Binding, like, very soon. Or another explosion. Thanks, Nana. What's my impression on Standard? I enjoy Standard at the moment. I think black-green is incredible, but it is not unbeatable. I think people will figure out how in time. Well, they have Lightning Strikes. They're actually getting punished for the shock lands too. I hadn't considered people would start playing Lightning Strikes instead of like Lava Coils. I guess this helps with dealing with Teferis, right? If our Lava Coil had been a Lightning Strike this game, we might have killed that Teferi. That's fair. What did I top 8? I top 8'd the online PTQ on Saturday. Yeah, we're back in 2015 modern nuclear. It's 2016. Ooh, maybe that can get us back in this. Drawing 4. Kinda just want to keep this on top. Just like fire off our draw 2s. Forgot Mono Red. Mono Red's decent. Mono Red's decent. It's actually decent against these Jeskai decks, I think. Which is interesting, because it's horrendous against Esper. It can like never beat Esper in a million years. But I think it's actually probably decent against Jeskai. What was this? I wanted to fire this off main phase because of land drops. Like, I feel like I can't beat very much anyway. So I just want to start trying to pull ahead in resources. Thank God. Am I just crossing my fingers? I mean, it doesn't get any better for me, right? Doesn't get any better than binding plus Ionize. Well, they clearly have a counter in hand, but because they were considering countering the Insight. Even if we're binding this Teferi, we have to fade Explosion for a few turns, but we'd be like kind of getting somewhere. Huh. Mission briefing. How's it going? It's going okay, Hex. Enjoying the stack. I kind of want to Ionize this mission briefing so they don't get the Surveil too. Like, they're just gonna get a counterspell with it anyway, right? Exiling the counterspell from the yard doesn't actually achieve anything. And if they have and like, stopping them using the rest of, like, some of the rest of their mana doesn't matter, because if they have other spells, we're probably dead anyway. Like, we can't beat spells. So... Alright, alright. We have a game. We need to find a counterspell for Explosion. But we have a game. We need to find a counterspell immediately for Explosion. They're already through one Explosion though. They probably have like 3 in their deck. Backup Azcanta's fine, because then we get this one blown up. And we get to use the new one. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Ionize search, what? Is that the last Ionize in my deck? Honestly, I might have to take this Ionize. I do have a Negate left in my deck. I have a Negate. Yeah, I think we just take Ionize. Weirdly. We're gonna shuffle the Azcanta back in anyway, so we'll find it at some point. I think we just have to play this safe. We're like starting to pull ahead, so I'm just gonna fire this off now. I guess it could expose me to a Syncopate, but get rid of the Cleansing Nova. Well, where did that Azcanta go again? got the Azcanta and the Ionize, like... Yeah, Nova in case Niv. I kept Justice Strike in case Niv. But maybe I should just keep Nova plus Justice Strike. Realistically, I don't think we're beating a Niv anyway. If we're being completely honest. But... Fire this off, look for a Teferi. Hey. Ooh, there's also an explosion. It's gonna take the Teferi. It's pretty good with this Azcanta. Cool. So I tried my absolute hardest to throw that game. I could not have possibly tried harder to throw that game. Like, just let their Teferi resolve on turn 7 for no good reason. Oh my god. Could not have possibly tried harder to throw. Jeez. Alright then, these Deafening Clarions can also come the hell out. Wow, I don't really want these Cleansing Novas either. Are we just boarding in the Angels? They're so bad against Teferi, but this other stuff is kind of garbage. I do not play with Night of Autumns enough. I should do that at some point. Agreed. We need to find a good Night of Autumn deck. So I don't really like any of the current Night of Autumn decks very much. There's definitely a home for it. Bant Control. The problem is Bant doesn't get Sphinx's Rev. Sphinx's Rev is pretty good. So I'm reliably informed. I have wanted to like toy around with more like 4-color control. I'm gonna keep this. It doesn't have counter spells, but they're not gonna just jam their threats on turn 5 anyway. So it doesn't really matter. We'll draw into counter spells soon enough. Chromatic Lantern is something. Keep some Stromes. Which one is Strome? Oh, Strikes. Yeah. I could do. I got Teferi and Binding for Niv-Mizzet, but Niv-Mizzet is definitely quite scary. Alright. Come on, Counterspell. This hand is not panning out particularly. Since when do my greedy keeps not pan out? Like, that's not how the stream works. Would I keep a 7-land opener on the control mirror? Probably not. Depends. Maybe in the Jeskai mirror. In the Esper mirror, I wouldn't. Esper mirrors get weird because people have duresses post-board. So they can actually, like, try and jam threats on 5 more easily. At least post-board. But maybe on the Jeskai mirror you could. It's like, people just have to sit here respecting their opponent's threats for ages. Yeah, you definitely mean Jeskai. I don't know, it's interesting. Duress guy, oh my god. Alright, well... this hand is starting to get more reasonable. They've not casted Chemister's Insight yet, which is also good for us. They somehow only have one blue source, which is something. Ooh, Shalai. I kind of want to cast this Shalai. Is that crazy? And then I have Ionize up for Teferi. They can expansion or negate. I can fight back. No, I can go binding with the ability to fight back though. Shalai is greedy. I mean, if we don't draw, you just slam Teferi. Interesting. What am I doing? Yeah, expansion doesn't cost blue mana. Expansion's really messed up. Like, I think our hand is strong enough that we can fight through all but the most busted Teferi setups here. They'd need, like, to find a blue source, go... I guess they could have expansion too, but... I feel like we can fight, like, there's a very decent chance we could fight through a Teferi here, so... Interesting. Well then, there's a good response there. Cast a non-creature spell. Like, I could just slam Lyra, but then I don't have Ionize up. Which seems bad for me. Kinda want to binding. Yeah. I think we binding, Charlotte. I think I agree. Then we put them to 17. Then next turn, if we hit a land, we can Lyra. Nezahal is really scary. Are you going to Teferi minus on my binding? Alright, cool. Deal. Hey, Julia. Alright, I already want to hit a land next turn, so I can go Lyra Ionize. I guess I can go Lyra Expansion. That's also fine. Shame we don't have Disallow. It is a shame. Yeah, this is round 3, Ty. Currently dying to this whale. Because this is the turn where things get more awkward, because they start drawing cards of their counterspells, which seems abysmal for us. Off our counterspells, rather. But yeah, that's an Ionize. I mean, I have to do things. I can't just, like, not do things. They have, like, 2 counterspells, it's obviously bad for me, but... Also, or if they have Disdainful Stroke, it's also, like, pretty strong. Ionize. Like, whatever they have in hand... I guess the mission briefing wasn't very good because they didn't have much blue mana here. So, like, they could conceivably have cards in hand that aren't good enough here. Seems improbable, but... Huh. Why is my opponent conceded? Oh, they countered their spell by... I'm sorry, I need a moment. I need a moment. Oh my god. They definitely made expansion fail to resolve. Thanks, Illusions. Oh my god. Tilt Seed, yep. You know what? I'll take it. Wow. Right. 2-1. Hard-earned victories going on today, apparently. Yeah, they countered their own spell by accident, Luke. They clicked on the wrong spell. Oh my gosh. Welcome to everyone watching the stream today. Might do another Jeskai League after this one. This one's been really quick because everyone keeps conceding really early on for various reasons. Varying origins of the concessions. Then I'm going to play some black-green later, I think. Black-green's pretty great. Good morning. Ionize over Sabotage. Yep, you can actually cast Ionize, Alex. Whereas Sabotage is like so hard to cast because of the double blue. Castable spells confirmed good. Have I played any of the Drake deck? I have not. Something I actually want to toy around with. Because I want to try out Rekindling Phoenix in it. I think Rekindling Phoenix might just be better than Crackling Drake. I am sorry, I did not mute my Discord. Watch as chat goes crazy. Yeah, Rekindling Phoenix just seems awesome in that I honestly want to try out like 4 in the main and just see how it feels just outright instead of the Drakes. Alright, well we are facing the black-green menace. Yeah, I agree, Topher. I think Phoenix seems incredibly well positioned. Blue red confirmed not optimal in a Jeskai deck. I would agree with that analysis. Yeah, exactly. That's also a thing, Alex. Like, if you deal 4 to 6 damage with someone with Ionizers and they take like 2 damage off a shock land, suddenly you need to do like 12 to 14 with your explosions, which is really realistic. I'm planning on Novering in a few turns. You like Syncopate? Yeah, I kind of like Syncopating it. It's like a sad thing to Syncopate. But I want to be able to Insight on 4. Yeah, it's a lot of damage because of the Wild Growth. Agreed. And the Wild Growth isn't dying until we Nova. It's like a very sad thing to Syncopate, but I think our hand is a bit forced on that. kill that Memorial. I'm just going to pass the turn with Field up. And there's a decent chance I kill Memorial to get another blue source. Yeah, agreed. Second blue seems very strong. Cutting them off Memorial is, like, not the worst, either. Memorial will be annoying at some point in the game. Alright, we need them to not have Vivian Reed in hand. If they do have it, we need them to not just, like, slam it into 4 open mana. I guess they're inclined to slam it, even if they think we have a counterspell to stop us inciting is the problem. It's, like, kind of a problem. I'm a bit scared. It's like, there's a non-zero argument for just Lava Coiling the Wild Growth, because then if they slam Vivian, I can, like, Teferi tuck Vivian. Thank God. Oh my God. This is ridiculous for us. This is so good. We don't have an Ionize anyway. They have a Contempt in hand. Going to Fairy plus gets pretty awkward. They don't, not many of the lists are like meaning Contempts at the moment though, is the thing. They resolve a Vraska. I think Teferi is better than Vraska and the Heads Up because we have like a sweeper for the Pirates. I think I'm gonna go max Disrespect. Just play Teferi. Lots of the lists aren't playing Contempt anyway. They might just have a clunky draw with lots of Chupacabras that they are reticent to cast. Yeah. This is a problem. They conceded. What is up today? I don't understand. Like, everyone's conceding on turn 6. National. Like, yeah, maybe you're right, Luke. Like, I would not have slammed Teferi there into 4 open mana if not for the fact that lots of lists just play 0 main deck Contempt. Like, that's a play I would never have done post-board. I don't know about it. I think the Angels are really bad against them. I think Banefire is honestly not terrible. Because it helps kill Planeswalkers. It's, like, pretty bad. But probably want this Nova. Kinda. I've got Deafening Clarion. It's so much more efficient. This kills, our big dinosaur friend, though. I think I want to take out some spot removal. Because I've got Clarions and Novas. You like Cannonade against green-black? It's not terrible. It's, like, definitely a consideration. You think a Banefire is good at this matchup? I think I agree. It can kill Planeswalkers. You can also just, like, have situations where you're behind on board, but you go, like, Explosion into Banefire, and maybe they've taken some chip damage, and you just steal a game. It also really punishes Bloodfast. Oh, your question above. Keys to beating green-black. I can try and answer that shortly. You don't like Blink Hair? I like Blink Hair. You bounce Planeswalkers with it. Like, you bounce Planeswalkers and counter them on the way back down. Like, sometimes you're going to draw the counterspell after they've played their Planeswalker, right? might just cut a Lava Coil. Honestly, I might cut another Lava Coil for the Cannonade. I don't like Shalai in this matchup. I don't want anything that just gets killed by Vivian, other than, like, very good enchantments. Like, Binding and Search are so strong that I don't mind that they're terrible against Vivian. But playing a Shalai and getting a Vivian minus just seems miserable. Oh, that's fair, Topher. Syncopate's not great on the draw. That's fair. Reasonable point. If their hand is just a bunch of Duresses, this hand is good, right? If their hand is a bunch of crappy creatures, this hand is kind of bad. But it's not like they really clock us. Yeah, maybe Binding is just bad. Maybe I'm wrong about Binding. Maybe it isn't good enough. I think Search is good enough. But Binding's probably just bad. Coil breaks fine broker chains, that's legit. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, I think I agree that this is a keep. I'm not, like, in love with it, but I'm not in love with it. If they try to go Duress into Planeswalker, though, we can copy the Duress with expansion. That's kind of neat. Yeah, the post-board games seem rough. I've played these matchups from the other side, right? I am aware that the post-board games get rough, especially if they have Carnage Tyrants. That was always the killer when I've been playing Black-Green. I just love boarding in, like, 3 Carnage Tyrants against these decks. And, like, even if they Cleansing Nova the first one, it's like, I'm just gonna find it back or find Broker it back and run you out of Novas. Alright. Show me a Clarion. What do they keep on top? Duress. Gross. I've already got, like, 2 draw 2s in hand. I think I'm just going to put this in the yard to flip Search sooner. I'm aware this is good against Duress, but I'm already going to draw so many cards. Good to get this down tapped. Kind of gives away that I don't have Ionize. I don't know that that affects anything, though. So probably going to Duress before they try and Planeswalk. Hey, there's Shadow Minion. Or Shade Minion, even. Thanks, appreciate it. I'm very happy with how that went. Some graveyard haters against Green Black is reasonable. It depends on their build. Like, the problem is, some of the builds, you just, like, play a piece of graveyard hate and then die to their Planeswalkers. Like, the build I played just had 7 Planeswalkers in the main deck. What are my thoughts on the OP changes? Which ones in specific? There's been, like, a bunch. I actually kind of need this. It's really awkward because it gives them a chance to resolve a Planeswalker, but I guess they're resolving a Planeswalker anyway. So that's a thing. I guess they're going to get to Duress this, but we can then, like, Insight for the next one. Alright, go ahead. Based on the lack of wait! Phil! Phil! What are these? These are mountains. Honestly. They very much have mountains in the deck. I just want to draw 2 in response. I could copy the duress and take a look at that hand. That's like also legit. I think I'm just gonna draw 2 though. There's no world in which they take this. So I should just deny them info. There's no world in which they take the insight. That'd be crazy. Copy duress is spicy. If we duress them, they might just that is basically how today has got nuclear. I don't really want to copy the duress also, because it just uses our mana so poorly. Like, I'm scared of planeswalkers from them, but just can't justify using my mana that poorly when we've got all these expensive clunky spells in hand. Cool. They took the Nova. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, even if they take it, we just can jumpstart 2 insights, right? It's fine. Depending on what we draw, I might just explode a Branchwalker. Ooh, I could explode the Ranger. I think I want to find a sweeper though. I have 4 Clarions, 2 Novas in my deck. Even if I miss, I'm not dead. Even if I like miss here, I'm not dead as well. And they got 2 lands, cool. Sweeper. Alright. So just explosion this. Draw 2, kill the Branchwalker. Guess that's the plan. Continue playing out our Highlander lands here. They put us to 3, which is not many lives. Alright, dupe, dupe. I'm quite proud I haven't shot myself in the face with explosion by accident yet. I'm sure it'll happen one day. Play a Carnage Tyrant, please. Close enough. Alright, they have 2 lands and a mystery card. I'm glad you approve of that approximation, Cambo. Oh, we're actually not in the best position if they slam a... We have a Teferi to minus. Maybe it's fine. Anyway. I wish we'd just drawn a Clarion at some point in this game. We have 4 in the deck. You made your opponent draw 7. Whoa! No! No! My insight! That is one rude dinosaur. Just gonna minus on this. I want them eating my other insight. This sounds awful. Oh. I love how all our matches of this Jeskai deck last like 15 minutes. Huh. None of those really do anything, but I guess I'm meant to counter. Like, they clearly don't have a Planeswalker or they'd have played it by this point, right? I say, but they slam Braska and we lose the game. Cool. How How is this league going so quickly? I don't understand. It's kind of ridiculous. Today on the yeah. I mean that was a very reasonable concession, that game, to be fair. Stop 2-0ing people so we can watch more Magic. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna get some water a moment. We'll finish off this league in about a second. By which I mean like 2 minutes. Alright. Ready for full one? Are we ready for a full one? How does this deck do against Dimir? I've not played against Dimir with it. Kinda curious to know. Don't think Dimir is a terribly big player at the moment though. Sounds pretty great. Not gonna go as far as saying perfect, but it's only a search for Azcanta away. God, I kinda love this Jeskai deck. It's really weird. I enjoy like... It's really weird to me how much I disliked Esper and how much I enjoy this. Just Explosion is such an absurd card. Getting to play Explosion is just great. Alright. Well, I guess we're casting this Clarion next turn. Oh my god, they're missing a land drop? Are we gonna get a turn free concession? Are we gonna get the turn free concession? That's a good Stone Rain. Good Stone Raining going on right here. It is Sphinx's Rage. Sphinx's Rage is a great name. So unlucky. They drew the land. So unlucky. Alright. Think we're gonna be fine, chat. I think we're gonna be fine. Would I place... I don't know, Charlotte. Maybe. Expansion is really good. Like legitimately, like 30% of the time you're casting the card, you're casting Expansion. Expansion is so much better than it looks. It's just so versatile. It's like kind of gross how versatile it is. Yeah, elves are garbage in black-green. They're only good in the mirror. Like, literal only matchup you want Llanowar elves in your black-green deck is the mirror. Which, to be fair, like, at the moment, that's, like, a pretty good shout. If you think black-green's just the best deck and you're going to play the mirror loads, then, like, Llanowar elves is a pretty fine inclusion on that basis. But I don't think you want it anywhere else. There's maybe, like, one or two other matchups you want it in, but... a lot of matchups, it just sucks. How do I board versus Dimir Control? I've never played against it. I probably need to play against it to get a decent feel for like what actually matters. We can give our Lyra's lifelink, Alex. Post board, you can give our Lyra's lifelink. It's so great. You want it versus mono red so you can get blown out by Chain Whirler. Isn't that the truth? Oh my god. Alright. That game lasted about 2 turns longer than I was expecting. Why isn't this person playing Disinformation Campaign? Alright. Let's just run back what we did last time. We brought in the Cannonade instead of the Coil. I still think I like that. Another great... Yep. Turn 5 kill. Who needs to play mono red to kill their opponent on turn 5? I think I'm still gonna do this. I'm gonna wait to get punished before I stop doing it. The binding is not great. It's possible we just don't want the binding. Do we want to second Negate? Negate hits like Duress, Find, Planeswalkers. Because, like, if I'm taking out the binding and bringing in something, I want to bring in something that hits a Planeswalker, which is basically just, like, Negate Banefire. I'm gonna keep trying the binding, but I do think it is awkward, and I'm expecting it to go wrong at some point. It's just like very hard to remove a Planeswalker once they're in play is the problem. Alright, that sounds fine. That's like the fastest Control League I've ever had. Branch Branch Walker, revealing Woodland Cemetery. Okay, that is acceptable. Jade Light Ranger, also acceptable. Please don't be a 4/3. Put this in the yard, put this in the yard, put this— oh no. Oh no. Fiery Cannonade looking orc. Have ourselves a problem. It has 3 toughness. The problem has 3 toughness. Yeah, you get to respond to Squire Trigger, which is like kinda nice, and they only have a 4/3. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Pre-toughness is cheating. So rude. Whoa, they found back their creatures. That's fine. I guess we're just insighting and looking for a Clarion here, huh? Insight into Clarion, then go like Clarion with Stroke back up. We'll draw Clarion, we always do. Why wouldn't we? Overgrown Tomb. These explore creatures have been quite giving. They kept the Branch Walker on top. Just like keep parading out. This is going to be an embarrassing death. Now, technically don't die. Is it Zap? Is Zap deal 1 draw 1? This is a Zap, right? For like 2 extra mana. I think it's Zap. The real rough thing is I can't tap mana correctly. The real rough thing is they can resolve a Planeswalker here if they have one. Like, obviously we're on Sweeper or Bust, but... Uh-huh. Oh. Strong poker hand. Strong poker hand. If we draw an Ionize, Deafening Clarion, we can literally never lose though, so that's nice. Just to confirm, you're still watching an Autumn stream, so this happens. Still, indeed, watching an Autumn stream. I always keep you in there. This is really awkward. Am I allowed to complain about this? Every little awful creature is lethal. We know they have a Planeswalker in hand. God damn. You just counter it? Probably. I'm not convinced by this, but yeah, currently we cannot beat a 1-2. I agree. Sure. We are both allowed to draw cards. Wow, punished. Punished much? Alright. Apparently. I like how irrelevant the ultimate is. With us on 2. It's kind of funny. Kind of want to use up the expensive card rather than the stroke. We can not redirect Vraska. What are we discarding? Nova, probably. Yeah, we have a lot of sweepers in the deck still. I think I agree. Discard Stroke. Stroke's also a fine discard. Because if we draw a Teferi, I want to be able to go Teferi tuck Stroke, but unsure. Never mind. On a positive note, if we draw an explosion, we are in business. Hitting our land drops here. Opponent definitely not hitting their land drops as it happens. I love how often you look at this mana base and you're just like, I have 7 differently named lands in play. This is slightly silly. Opponent could think Alting Vraska is good. That, I mean, apparently. That is probably incorrect, I have to imagine. I guess it makes the Seeker Squire lethal, but he gave the Squire +1/+0. Not quite a Gideon emblem. Missing Field and Mountain. We'll get there soon. Don't you worry, I believe. You can take 2, opponent, and you'll like it. Ooh, flipped Azcanta, good shout. Please draw a Teferi. I'd really like a Teferi, or an Explosion, or a Chemister's Insight, or a Sacred Foundry. Is Mission Briefing good? Mission Briefing is really hard to cast. Because double blue is a nightmare. So I do not think it is good. Oh, it's a land we already had. That's a good point. We wanted a mountain, didn't we, Rebound? Wanted a mountain. Alright, I can feel it. Explosion is coming next turn. It's gonna be great. Sphinx's Rage. Come on. Give me a good old draw. 9. Golgari Finebroker. That is scary. Suck. Emblem. Draw a card. Oh, that makes me so happy. No, that's a second lethal creature, friend. We're nowhere close, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So close to being a good draw. Kinda, sorta. Did they gain? Oh, they've been gaining life off this Vraska. They'd be dead to this if they weren't gaining life off Vraska, right? They've taken 8. They'd exactly be dead to this if not for the Vraska. Yeah, we nearly did, Alex. We nearly did. What do I think about Trophy against Tron? Yeah, I think Tron's still just a great deck. King. I think Trophy is decent against Tron. It, like, probably makes the matchups a bit worse, but Tron is still just a great deck. Trophy hasn't changed that. Like, Damping Sphere didn't change that. Alpine Moon didn't change that. Like, Tron isn't going away. This Cannonade is not great. That was not great. Don't know if I want that Negate. I wish I just like had a card advantage spell I could board in against them. Just like the 4th Explosion or something. Nezahal does draw cards. Don't know that I prefer this over a Lava Coil. I know Lava Coil, just like 1-for-1ing with their creatures is kind of rough. I am tempted to bring in a Lava Coil though, based on how that game went. Just like 1 copy of Lava Coil, maybe. I don't know. Let's try this. So that's the thing about Black-Green. All their problem cards are spells. Except if you focus too much on beating their problem cards, you die to like 3/2s. That's like part of why their deck's good, right? Like, the Explore creatures aren't scary, except when you randomly die to them because you're focusing on everything else the deck's doing. There's actually like a very weird thing about how the deck's constructed. Like, all the creatures are awful, except you'll just die to them because they like help support the rest of the deck decently. Oh my god, the new hero standard. Hero we needed. Sideboarding Honor Guards in your 4 Clarion deck seems like a decision you could make. I'm not not entirely on board with that idea. On a guard plus Pyroclasm. Oh my god. You broke it. Broke standard. I would definitely like a Disdainful Stroke. That sounds incredible right about now. That sounds A+. It does slow down that deck considerably, this is true. Sure. That's great for me, right? Like, this search isn't flipping forever, and we've got Explosion in hand. How is this not just amazing for me? I feel like I'm actively happy about turning my search for Azcanta into a Rampant Growth. I feel like that is actively great for me. This doesn't do that much, but I'm probably meant to counter her. And then, like, untap Teferi plus. Oh yeah, look at us! Look at us! We're so skillful. Look at us being so skillful. Oh! It doesn't even do anything. I guess I counter it though. Because then I can like do a big explosion next turn. Yeah. Land. Thank you. Alright. So I might end step exploding for 5. Just like go up to 7 cards in hand. I think I kind of want to do that. It's not like I can interact in their turn particularly anyway. So that's to be decent. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's 5. So deal damage, draw cards. Yeah, exploding for like Teferi is really messed up with explosion. It's kind of absurd. Sure. Shrug. Ah. I know it's a plus with my Teferi and just discard a land, I think. Tuck this next turn. Grump. If they play another Eldritch Reborn, I have Cleansing Nova. Yeah, I can Nova it next turn too, exactly. Find Broker. That's kind of decent. Almost does something. Yeah. It's actually kind of decent for them. So now if I tuck the Reborn, the Find Broker kills Tef. And I need this Nova for the Whisperer. I guess I can tuck the Whisperer if need be. Never mind, we're great. Magic's easy. So we tuck the Reborn. Nova the board, pass with Sync. like aggressively sink whatever they play here. So it's either going to be a Doom Whisperer or Planeswalker. Obviously we know they have the Whisperer in hand. That dies to Clarion, so I don't care. That is an amazing draw. Right, I'm just going to aggressively 1-for-1 with this Clarion. I can't possibly lose here. Teferi is stupid. Tap my mana at random, apparently. Such aggressive syncopation. Never have we seen a syncopate so aggressive. So we know that hand is Eldest Reborn, Doom Whisperer. So I counter this, they don't get to do anything else this turn. Then we don't have to worry about the Jade Light potentially killing Teferi. Do we kill them in our end step? We might be able to. Alright. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're like 4 mana short. It's so depressing. Why are we so bad at this? The Ionize will help us get there. I'm just going to pass the turn. We'll be fine. Need this for the Eldest Reborn. Doesn't matter. So I Ionize this, but then they could duress this. But then I get to take their Eldest Reborn. So if I Ionize this, they go to 11. Then next turn I play a land. I have 4, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so I'm 1 short of lethal then. So I guess I can just let this resolve an explosion the Doom Whisperer, and that's also fine. Just like, make plays at random, it probably doesn't matter. Good old draw 7. Hey. Alright. They dead yet? I don't think they are. I think I have to do it next turn. I think we just figured this out already. Alright. Discard some cards. Pass the turn. Oh, they paid 2. Yeah, we're 1 short. We have 10. At the moment, we have 10. Yeah, so you can discard a Chemister's Insight. So unlucky, our first insight was like halfway into the deck. How do we ever win? How do we ever win the game when our first insight is halfway into the deck? This deck is great. 100% doing another league. 100%. Is there anything I want to change? The Ixalan's binding was actually kind of nice in the mirror. It was actually pretty sick in the mirror. Open the chest. We'll open one chest. I'm okay with opening one chest. Sword of Caldra. Right. Let's not do that again. What did I play this weekend? I played black-green midrange. I don't actually have the list on here anymore because I've changed a bunch of cards. But it was pretty sweet. Ended up top 8ing. You'd rather play Sheevan Fire.